Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to my channel. This is not your typical Sephora recommendations video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the best luxury makeup releases of 2023, but those that specifically have blown me away because they are new formulations. They're something that we have not seen before, or they are just like simply, wow, they are stands out. In fact, to gather all the products that I have today, I didn't went ahead and check on all my doors and my entire collection. No, I just wrote it on a piece of paper immediately when it came to my mind. In fact, I have some categories that I have nothing, nothing, and not because doesn't exist a product. I know we see releases pretty much every single day, but there are products that they are not carried at Sephora, and that's something unique. If you're new to my channel, welcome to all of you, my beautiful friends. But that is something unique to my channel. I dedicate my channel to review luxury beauty in general, but not necessarily everything from Sephora. I shop through many different retailers, but I thought, you know what, let me put this video together because at the time that I'm uploading this video, we're about 5 days away for that Sephora holiday savings event, and I know that is a massive sale, one that a lot of beauty lovers like myself and yourself, because I'm sure that if you click on this video it's because you love everything beauty. So a lot of us were looking forward to that Sephora sale, which starts on October 27th. For those who are ROUGE members, you get 20% off, and October 31st, both VIBs and Insiders, they get to shop the sale. VIBs with 15% off, while Insiders, they get 10% off. On October 27th, though, everybody, regardless of your tier, you get to shop the Sephora collection at 30% off. I know, that's fabulous too. The sale ends on November 6th, and the code that you need to use at checkout is time to save. How you become a Sephora Insider? You just simply need your name, email, and telephone number, and that's it, and you get to start shopping with that 10% off if you're planning for that Sephora sale. Obviously, I have to say it, the Sephora sale is not the ultimate sale. I do have a lot of discount codes with different brands that you can use, and there's brands that they have their own website and they run their own sales and whatnot, so you have to be very smart, and that's why on this video I wanted to really showcase those products that are truly unique and that they are worth every single penny because, again, the innovation that they bring. Although I said that this video is only about makeup, I lied. I just need to tell you, sorry. But if there's anything to be worth it at the Sephora sales, regardless of the discount that you get, because it's really hard to get a discount on the Dyson Airwrap or the Dyson Air Straight, and Dyson products in general. But my Dyson Airwrap, you know, my friends, I have owned this tool for, it's gonna be 5 years. I have 3 on my household. I'm not bragging about it. It's nothing of that. I bought mine at the time that it launched. Then my oldest daughter, she wanted one and she bought her own one with her own money. And then I ended up buying the third one because it came with different attachments. That's how I ended up with 3 Dyson Airwraps. Not that I need all of them because I have my first one is working just fine, and that's the way that I style my hair. It really has helped me to cut out on all the damage from heating tools. And talking about damage from heating tools, I think in innovation, Dyson, by bringing the Dyson Air Straight, wow, hats off, the best hair straightener that you can ever purchase. And I know I do own also the Dyson Coral, but this one in particular, it actually works by blowing air, and that's how you get your hair pin straight. I do have demonstrations of both of these products here on my channel, and this friend blew me away. So much so that I was using it for quite some time. My oldest daughter, she was starting to use the Dyson Coral more often, and then when she saw the magic of this Air Straight, she took it away from me, and she's the one who uses it. And if this is all what you can actually fit on your budget, I will say you will not regret it. These are the best purchase that you can ever make at Sephora. Now let's just start with the makeup, and usually I go by categories like primer, foundation, but this time around I'm going to start with eyeshadows. And by the way, if I haven't mentioned it before, all the details of the sale, the links to each of the products, everything will be on the description box for your convenience and easy shopping. Also, I will be leaving, if there's any space, I do have a lot of discount codes from different websites too. If that's easier on your end, there you have it. And also, there's a new feature here on YouTube. I'm gonna try to make it happen. But basically, when any content creator talks about a product, we're now able to link it and it should appear, or you should be able to click the screen and see it on the screen. So you can click on it, shop through it. As you may imagine, those are affiliate links, and that's a really good way to support the channel and the content creators that you follow. So thank you so much if you end up shopping through my links. Okay, friends. To me, these are the only new eyeshadow formulation from a luxury brand that are worth trying this year. Not that the other formulas are not good, or older formulas or new eyeshadow palettes, but this is a brand new formulation that is gonna blow your mind. And I do have reviews of all the products that I'm gonna be talking about today. These are the YSL eyeshadow quads. Not only gorgeous in presentation, the most important thing, the performance. These eyeshadows are phenomenal. They do have a lot of emollients. They make your eyes look at that, wet. And you know what? The best thing of all things is that they arrive to Sephora. I mean, the entire year, pretty much. I have seen it in so many websites in Europe, and slowly but surely they made their way here to the United States, but now they are available at Sephora. So I'm like, oh, this is the perfect timing. You're not gonna regret to try this formulation. The one that I just show you is Babylon Roses. Let me show you Stora Dolls. This is a Dream Cool Tone eyeshadow. If you like the vibe of Natasha Denona, the Glam palette, and you're all into cool tones, this is your jam. If you want something a little bit more warm tone, this is gorgeous too. To me, this palette is very much alike to the Tom Ford Suspicion palette. Obviously, Suspicion palette, it has the wet and dry formulation, so everything is kind of like satiny and, you know, like mesmerizing. But these eyeshadow quads from YSL, they are creamy and they give that beautiful wet eyeshadow look that is just one of a kind. If you like something like the Makeup by Mario eyeshadow palette, that's kind of the idea, but with a lot of more options in terms of color story. I'm talking about this beauty from Makeup by Mario. It has come back and I'm so happy, and I hope it's permanent, because I don't think it was fair to begin with that this was just a limited edition palette. It was gone for so long. I know a lot of people even paid a premium from X websites to try to get their hands on it. So now you can. So if you want this one, you get this one. Now a new eyeshadow palette, the one that I'm wearing today, although not a new formulation, it is Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. This is the perfect nude palette, even more so than the Viva palette. We are seeing here new formulations, creaminess, an amazing payoff, blendability. You do not need, just like the YSL, you really do not need to be a makeup artist, a professional to blend them, because they blend by themselves and they are long lasting. There's so many combinations that you can create with this palette, from very deep looks, but not as deep as the Glam palette. Yeah, I love the Glam palette, but this one right here covers your everyday basis. We're talking about Natasha Denona. By the time that I'm recording this video, I haven't tried yet that oh so awaited for the Xenon palette. It's gonna be a midi palette like this, and it's just all cool tones, silver and pewter and black, and just so deep and intense for those amazing, mesmerizing, smoky eye looks. Perfect for the season. I will be getting it for sure. In fact, I do have a discount code with Natasha Denona too. I will be creating a few makeup looks so you can see how to use it. But yeah, I'm excited. Are you excited to see the Xenon palette? And aside from the Xenon palette, oh my gosh, all these very smoky, grungy look. The new Huda Beauty Grunge eyeshadow palette, she always wraps up every year with a bang of eyeshadow palette. So I'm excited to try that one too, and hopefully gets to Sephora before the sale ends, because the Xenon palette from Natasha Denona is gonna get by the Sephora sale, which is amazing, obviously. But I haven't heard anything just yet about the Grunge palette. If I have any information, I'll put it either on the screen or on the description box below. Now, this year, Tom Ford showered us with different eyeshadow palettes in different formulations, from his creme formula to his wet and dry formulation to his quote-unquote regular formula that has been improved. It was never bad, but it was just like, okay, very common down the line from other ones. Now with the new technology, wow, with Tom Ford. So I highly suggest you, although this is not a new formulation, I feel that Tom Ford is perhaps one of those brands that you can go pretty much blind and do not be disappointed by the quality, as long as you keep true to yourself, that you purchase the things that you like and the things that you are going to wear. In formulation, they do an excellent job. So this is his new eyeshadow quad from the holiday collection Lumière d'Hiver. Again, we see a lot of these cool tones, but different from the other cool tones that we are seeing, with a lot of either charcoal as the deepest shade or black. In this case, Tom Ford is bringing us an aubergine kind of tone. And then he's giving us these two amazing, also wet looking kind of eyeshadows with a ton of tiny little sparkles. Makes your eyes glisten and there's no fallout. Again, I don't want to really repeat myself, but if these palettes are here, is that you're not gonna find any problems. I do have hooded eyelids, I do have a lot of folds on my eyelids, so these are not gonna just wrinkle and start going patchy or start flaking off. Nothing of that, okay? And this beauty right here, if you want something for every day, go for Tropical Dusk. But this will give you a little bit extra than, you know, your everyday wear. Look at this shade. Also wet looking, and this is the theme of the year, and I think this is a trend that is not gonna go out of style because it's so flattering on the eyelids. Any age can use a wet looking eyeshadow because it doesn't have all that texture that it has an eyeshadow that is a glitter bomb. Not that I don't like glitter, but you know, there's a place and a time. Well, these ones are more like, okay, I just need an eyeshadow quad. I don't have a lot of space, neither do I want to have a massive collection, but I want something that takes me, you know, from the morning, simple matte, right? A little bit of kind of a satiny shade, and then at night, just whoop, top it off, and boom, there you have it. Another one that I really want to recommend is Hazy Sensuality in the wet and dry formulation. This is, it's kind of like a cool tone pink dream. One of the most feminine eyeshadow palettes that you can ever have. This doesn't feature that wet kind of eyeshadow look, but is that try and truth wet and dry formula from Tom Ford. That one that, regardless of the age, because it gives that very ethereal kind of look to the eyes that is intriguing too and is mesmerizing. Now on this specific eyeshadow quad, I don't think it's scary anymore at Sephora. Hopefully it comes back, but it's Forbidden Pink. And this is the creme formulation from Tom Ford. Different. Again, creamy, but also you have this shade right here, look. It's also a wet look, but without all that little sparkles. It's more of like a cream to powder formulation. Same thing with these matte eyeshadows, which makes it super easy to blend and looks kind of blurring on the skin. Now, if say Forbidden Pink is not available, I'm mentioning Forbidden Pink not only because yes, it's a favorite, you can tell how much I have used and abused of this eyeshadow palette, but any of the eye cream formulations, Tiger Eye, Rose Topaz, you name it, you will not go wrong. Again, pick and choose the one that calls your name. That is the most important. And believe it or not, I only have one more eyeshadow palette to talk about, and it's this new baby from Charlotte Tilbury. Simply fabulous. This is again that, I mean, like, it's so perfectly balanced. You have your matte tones, you have a few of sparkly shades. Once again, wet formulation. Now you can get them in several different palettes from several different brands. So you pick and choose. I mean, if you have a preference on the brand that you're using, I mean, nobody is going to give you this lavender tone like Charlotte Tilbury. Darling, she does it. She delivers. And again, look at this is a cream formulation. This is actually a different formula that we have not seen before from Charlotte Tilbury. This matte formula It's completely blurring. It's something that you have never tried before from Charlotte Tilbury. Let me tell you that. And I think everybody's kind of shopping perhaps at the same laps as say YSL, Natasha Denona, everybody like, let's go to Italy together, right? And let's produce these kind of eyeshadows that are just very favorable for everybody. You don't need to be anymore. I mean, not that saying that you don't need to go and study to become a makeup artist, no. But what I'm saying is like for an everyday consumer, you don't need to feel like, oh my gosh, how I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna have fallout. It's not gonna be easy to blend. It's gonna take me a long time. Then it's gonna look patchy. It's not anymore. That is not anymore. That is the beauty about how much technology and formulations have come along. And that's it, my friends. Well, this is not the end of the video. That's it on eyeshadows. Can you believe that? Usually eyeshadows, there are a lot. Okay, let's go into face palettes. And this is not a surprise for any of you. Honestly, there's another face palette from Charlotte Tilbury that I would have included right here. In fact, if you want to see even more recommendations, I have a ton of videos from Sephora and even Holy Grails, favorites, explaining why I love each of the products I'm talking about. But the one face palette that I will recommend to get are any of the Hourglass palettes. Don't get me wrong, I do have a discount code with Hourglass, so if you want to shop through their website, it may be worth it for you. But if you'd rather wait for the Sephora sale, these are it. You have them in so many different shades. The formulation from Hourglass is so flattering. There's no shimmer, there's no glitter, there's this very ethereal finish. They blend like a dream. Airbrush, no fuss, you pick and choose. I love their new compacts. At their website, you're able to customize your compact with what you get inside. At Sephora, it's all straightforward. Doesn't really matter. What it matters is the performance. This is the medium one, and perhaps the one that for most people with light to medium and medium complexion will work with easy. But if you want something actually very ethereal, something that is kind of like, oh, you know what? I had Tinkerbell or a little fairy coming by and just sprinkle a little bit of pixie dust. And when I'm saying pixie dust, I'm not talking about glitter. It's just talking about that magic, And it's this baby. I decided to customize it with the Owl Compact, but I'm pretty sure this one comes, yes, with a jellyfish. This is the lightest one. This works for my complexion. I do have a light to medium complexion. We'll be leaving also my foundation matches too, if that serves you in any case. But this gives the most glorious, if you are going with like a cool tone eyeshadow look, okay? Wear this. And you will see like you are literally coming out of a fairy tale without any glitter, but just with the magic. And then if you have a deeper complexion or you want a little bit of a deeper hint on your blushes and even on the bronzer, this bronzer is gorgeous. I use it on my skin tone. This is the deepest palette, which it actually comes with that snake compact. So a little bit different. Again, I customized it. You're not gonna go wrong at all whatsoever. This is phenomenal too. And for someone like me with a light to medium complexion or those who have medium tan skin tones too, this palette, glorious for summertime. Excuse me. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I don't know about you, but I know a lot of us during the holiday season, we escape out of the snow. Right? It's like it's too cold and we go to tropical places and you can still use all of these palettes year round. And this is perhaps the best gift that you can give to any makeup lover. Now, friends, it has been the year of the blushes. And lately of the concealers too. But blushes, oh my goodness, we have seen them in all colors. Well, not that many colors because everybody was into the Barbie pink, but you know what I mean. Blushes, we have seen them falling from the sky. So which one should you get? These babes are from Charlotte Tilbury. They are her matte beauty blush ones. They are not really matte. They are very natural and in fact very blurring. And I'm talking from experience of someone that has a lot of enlarged pores on this area. I like a ton of enlarged pores. So I don't like to bring a lot of attention, although I'm very adventurous and I use blushes that they do have a little bit of a sheen, but as long as they have the perfect formulation. And let me tell you, these have the perfect formulation. Any shade will do good. To me, my preference is Pillow Talk. There's a reason why Pillow Talk is so, I shouldn't say common, but it's kind of that perfect everyday shade that looks feminine and it doesn't look like force. But do not dismiss Dream Pop. Dream Pop is also a gorgeous shade. It will give you this beautiful. I did that strawberry makeup trend. I also did the latte makeup trend. On the strawberry makeup tutorial video, you will see me using this in action and you will see how beautiful it looks. It doesn't look like too much. It is, again, that perfect formulation that is blurring. Now let's talk about powder blushes. This is not new to me and not new for many other countries. It's new for United States because finally Givenchy Prince Libre blushes, they appeared in United States, and I'm so happy they did because this formula is again another blurring kind of formulation, one that it blends with easy. And not only that, on each of the chambers you get a different shade, so at the end it's kind of like the perfect balance, right? You cannot pick and choose one shade, but all together they give perfect shade. They are more into the natural to matte finish, but they are not flat matte. They truly and really look natural. And if you like kind of that same finish, although this is not a new formula, but it's worth to mention. Mostly, just in case if that Charlotte Tilbury face palette doesn't come, I know, I'm talking about this one, okay? If it doesn't come, all right, I'm in love with this palette. Everything, the blushes, the highlighters, the luminizers, that everything, okay? But if it say it doesn't come, I have to mention that Dior Rosy Glow Backstage blushes, in particular this shade, Rosewood. Cherry is gorgeous too. But if you want that pillow toe kind of shade, perfect with every single look because it's very neutral, you're gonna love this. And it's very alike in terms of the finish as the one from Givenchy. The only thing with the Dior Backstage blushes is that they react with your pH. It's not gonna be a complete change, but they are just gonna change a little depending on your pH. Now, this is an honorable mention right here. I don't think there has been a new blush tone, but just in case, if you're wondering, I'm going to mention it because these Valentino blushes are very unique, period. And the whole Valentino formulation is very unique. From the bronzers, the blushes, I mean, all their powders are the same formula. So if you want airbrush finish, more satin finish than Gucci, then you go with Valentino and you pick and choose the shade that you like. Now, one of my favorite makeup products, and you know, my friends, are lipsticks. And I can do a video for hours about all my lipstick collection and all the lipsticks that I know. But talking about specifically a lipstick that came out, it was launched this year at the very beginning. It was back in January, the first or second week of January. The Hourglass lipsticks is the one that I'm having today. I think it is the shade Alpine. They are satin, creamy, not really satin because they are more of like a natural finish. They have like full pigment, like wow, like that. This is a perfect nude tone that is a little bit more in the neutral side, but I think this formula from Hourglass really it's different. It kind of reminds me perhaps a little to the Tom Ford bullet lipstick formulation that again full opacity, very beautiful. It doesn't gather on the fine lines. This other shade is Oasis. Now this one has more of like a cooler pink undertone, also a nude shade. Then I have here Dahlia. If you love that pinky, very much like a rosewood tone, you're gonna love this shade too. You see the opacity, one swipe, that's it. And then one of the coolest nudes is Tide. So to me, this lipstick collection comes in a lot of different shades. This is a lot more cool tone. Also, it has that pink undertone, but cooler and lighter than this one over here. And you know what? You're not restricted to perhaps these are just boring shades. I have more shades. They have it in red, except though, I really want them to bring kind of like a magenta tone. I love magenta and it looks really good on me. So that's something that I will look forward for these Hourglass Unlock lipsticks. Now, if you rather have more of a matte formula, but you want something that is non-drying, transfer proof, lasts all day long, and when I'm telling you all day long without fading, without cracking, they have like a moussey kind of consistency. This is the best matte liquid lipstick formulation to me, pretty sure of the year. Don't worry. The Liquid Lip Lux. There's nothing like this. Super soft, and you're gonna tell me, Jacqueline, what about Charlotte Tilbury? I like them, but I like this more. I said it. I said what I said. This is a lot lighter, thinner in formula. I mean, yeah, the opacity of Charlotte Tilbury is alike, but there's something very special about this formula from Tom Ford that I really is super. To me, I like it a lot. For some reason, it makes my lips look a little bit more healthy too, a little bit more, shouldn't say plump, but just a little bit fuller. The way that they don't emphasize my fine lines is not, it's not a true matte liquid lipstick, although it dries in such way it doesn't dry down your lips. Your lips are not gonna look like raisins. You know, if anything, something comparable that came out last year, if you like the Gucci liquid lipsticks, then you're gonna enjoy this one. Although these ones to me perhaps are just a little bit thinner, a little bit more blurring, a little bit more everything. I review not hundreds, but perhaps more than 1,000 products per year. So I cannot remember when did this came out, but I hope, and I'm pretty sure perhaps that these came out this year, are also from Hourglass. They are lip balms that they are not really lip balms per se, but oh well. This one is in the shade Rice. These will plump your lips without any pain. They will make your lips look so juicy and so inviting. There's no purpose for me to, like swatch them. But if you see my review on these lip balms, you're just gonna see your lips look fuller. Why fillers? For what? Don't put any filler on your lips. Just use this thing. Your lips are gonna look beautiful, juicy, impactful. Just stunning. What else I have to tell you? And if you just want to try these Hourglass glossy balms, then they have actually right now part of their holiday collection, this duo over here, which has two gorgeous shades, Crepe and Haze. Very wearable, just gorgeous. And if you want, again, that juicy and plumping effect in a lip gloss, there hasn't been any new formulation, but rather just expanding the current lines. So this is just honorable mentions, but honorable because they are really good. They will not be here if they are subpar, if they are like, oh, they are okay. No, I don't do here. They are okay. No, we're not doing. These are okay. You're spending your hard-earned money. You better spend it well. Okay. If you want plumping on a lip gloss, the ones from Dior. It's perhaps one of my most viewed video because did I purchase all of them? I'm pretty sure I purchased all of them. I have such a huge collection. Like I said, my friends, don't judge me. My guilty pleasure are lipsticks. We all have a guilty pleasure. Don't tell me you don't. Okay. And the lip maximizers, the new formula from Dior, it is quite incredible. I really like that it doesn't hurt. Not that the previous one hurt, but I was able to notice more the discomfort. This one, they don't. I even like the smell better. This is actually a new shade, 6049. But again, if you want to see all the rest of the shades, I have that review with all the lip swatches, and they are very nourishing. I mean, believe me, when I did that review, my lips were not in pain, and I'm talking about a plumping gloss. Now, if you want just a regular gloss, again, I don't recall or nothing. You see, this was the key of this video, is if I don't recall, if it doesn't come on my mind like right away, that means that it didn't impress me. And after reviewing thousands of products, it has to really impress me to the point that it's here in front of my mind. Again, there's no lip gloss that I can tell you it's new and you have to get it, but one that I will highly recommend, it's again this one from Tom Ford. You can pick and choose any shade, but this is the one that I have on my lips, and it is called In the Bath. I always recommend it. I mean, if you go and check my other reviews, you're gonna see me wearing this because it just gives that volume to the lips. It's not goopy. It doesn't go around everywhere. It's long lasting. It looks so beautiful. It makes your lips look like glass, and that's the beauty of it. And it's nourishing too. For bronzers, this year, at least nothing at Sephora that really impressed me. So I'm just gonna give you an holy grail. This baby right here by Tom Ford. Terra, they used to have gold dust too. I'm so sorry that they decided to discontinue that one, but this is gorgeous. It's more of like not like a super red kind of undertone, but it has a little bit more of that reddish tone, making it very neutral for most people. And I like the blendability. It's a baked gelée formula, so you will get an airbrush effect. And if you want a little bit of that airbrush effect, but with a little bit more of like a, not golden in terms of yellow or orange, but just a little bit more of a sheen, that it has a little bit of a satin finish, I will highly suggest you to take a look to Valentino. In terms of cream bronzer and contour, you know what? Nothing new that is carried at Sephora, but an OG, Tom Ford, the shade and illuminate. You will not go wrong. Also, these are beautiful because, well, they come in different shades. The one that I have right here is Intensity 1 for light to medium complexion. If you have lighter complexion, you will go with 0.5. There's 2, there's 3, and even 4. I think there are 5 different ones. But the beauty of these duos is that you have this kind of glossy balm that it will give you that very much glassy skin like, but also the contour is not your typical very cool tone contour, but rather kind of a hybrid between a contour and a bronzer in a cream version. A stunning highlighter at Sephora is by Tom Ford. It's the new one from the Soleil d'Hiver Holiday 2023 collection. It is Rose Irisé, is the one that I'm wearing today. So perfect. It is more than a highlighter, a luminizer. And what's the difference between a luminizer and a highlighter? A luminizer has more of a sheer kind of finish. There is some translucency, therefore it looks a little bit more natural on the skin. Obviously, if you add more, like I add a little bit more today, it looks like glassy skin, like truly a reflection of light, while a highlighter has more pigment under it, and therefore you can really see a different tone. So to me, the luminizers are a little bit more chameleonic. I think they are superior in a certain way through than a highlighter, because a highlighter, at least for a makeup artist, is hard because you have to have so many highlighters to cater to so many different skin tones. Not that you're not used to so, but what I'm saying is that with a luminizer you have a little bit more room to play with it. Now, if you want a true highlighter, and this is a total new product from Anastasia Beverly Hills, is her new, what is it called, Sun Idol highlighter. Very, very close to the Amrezy highlighter. The main difference right here, I have tried it on a try-on of new makeup. So if you want to see it in action, and if you want to see the comparisons, is on that video I uploaded perhaps a day or 2 days ago. But anyhow, friends, this baby right here, it's gorgeous. It has that blendability. It melts in the skin so well. It's not harsh on the skin, although it is a true highlighter. And if anything, the only difference with the one from Amrezy is on the tone. Amrezy is a little cooler in tone, a little bit more champagne. This one has a little bit of a golden tone, but not yellow. That's a good thing. It's not yellow. It's just a tiny bit warmer than the one that Anastasia Beverly Hills did with Amrezy back on the day. But again, if you want a true highlighter, then you may want to try this. If you are more into the cream team, so an OG for me is this one by Westman Atelier in Peau de Pêche or Peau de Rose. If you like a little bit more cool tone, a little bit more ethereal, go with Peau de Rose. And if you want something very natural that really lets see your skin through and it just looks like you're glowing, you must have done, I don't know, a magical skincare routine. But it's not. It's this baby by Westman Atelier. Same thing as the Beauty Light ones by Charlotte Tilbury as well. It's a cream formulation. Again, not new. Or perhaps this may be new because this is Pillow Talk. I usually use Spotlight, but Pillow Talk is beautiful. Let me show you. So this is Pillow Talk. Let me show you. This is Peau de Pêche. You are going to think, okay, no, wait a second, that's so deep. When you apply it on the skin, it's something magical. I do have a review as well as comparisons between different ones and applying on my skin. By the way, I film in natural light with a 4K camera. So when you see my reviews, you're going to be able to see the product like if you were seated. You know, there has been a few mascaras that they have gone viral, but honestly, they haven't been my wow, at least not for me. I just tried the new Westman Atelier mascara, and it's actually the one that I'm using today, and it is a really good mascara. If you wanted to splurge in a luxury mascara, you can find it at Sephora. This is beautiful. It just keeps your lashes up. It gives a lot of volume, definition, not too much length, but they just fan out so beautifully, and they it keeps your lashes up. It does have this formulation that is a little bit more dense, but it's not gonna weigh down your lashes. It actually, for some reason, it just makes them a little bit more, I don't know if I'm using the word correct, but earthy, perhaps. They just look a little bit more up, more volumizing, more like, hey, I'm here. So really, really good mascara. And it comes also, I have it in black, but also it comes in brown. Now, talking a very chameleonic product, this product is Gucci multi-use illuminating drops. This is the best thing, perhaps, that has come out this year from any luxury brand. It's so chameleonic and is hydrating. In fact, it gives kind of like a cooling sensation. You can use it as a primer and all alone, and it's gonna kind of like blur a little bit your skin. You see it right here, this shade is not gonna give, it's sheer. It's pretty much sheer, but it does have that blurring effect that it gives a very subtle glow to the skin. This is way better than, I'm sorry, darling, than the Hollywood Flawless Filter, whatever. Sorry, but this is way better in terms, well, that one does have a true shade, this one doesn't. What I'm saying that is better is that because it there, I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like magic. It's just very mm, sheer, but there's some blurring kind of effect, and it just has this special glow from within. Again, another ethereal for sure. You can use it as a primer or as a drop luminizer on top of any foundation. Every time that I have tried to any foundation, it hasn't disrupt my foundation, and it truly gives me that dolphin glass skin kind of look, but without being oily or too glowy. It's very hydrating, and it lasts throughout the day, and it doesn't disrupt any of my foundations. And I have foundations from, you name a brand, I have it. Okay, and any formula that you want. This is just so good. For foundations, there are only two. Terracotta Beton. So this foundation is described as a glowy foundation, but more than glowy, to me, it's a luminizing foundation. It's very interesting because when you apply it, first of all, I highly suggest if you have very dry skin, like dry like the Sahara Desert, okay? You really, I mean, as per usual, you need to really prime your face and use a really good moisturizer. Whatnot. Oh, talking about moisturizer. Although this is not a primer, I will highly suggest you, if you want a base, Charlotte Tilbury, the water cream. This will keep your skin hydrated throughout the day, and it works like magic with any foundation. But anyhow, going back to this foundation right here. So when you apply it, you're gonna be like, oh, that's kind of borderline matte, but it's not, because it starts changing and adapting to your skin. It lasts for a long time. It doesn't emphasize fine lines and large pores. It has this kind of like gripping kind of property to it, that whatever product you put on top is gonna last even more. Like your blush, your bronzer, is that kind of hybrid between a primer and a foundation that just makes everything look so perfect and so beautiful. Now, if you're looking more into a skin tint, is this Hourglass skin tint, and I do have so many skin tints that I love, but this one, it's so unique. Yes, it's a little bit more sheer, and honestly, I personally rather have it in such way. I like to see my freckles peeking through. This is definitely a product that clients, consumers, regular consumers will appreciate so much. It's all in perspective, obviously, right? If you like something for everyday wear, you don't like to wear too much makeup, this is something for you. I don't foresee many, I'm sure many makeup artists will tell you, oh, this is a really nice product, but I don't think that they will necessarily use it on everybody, perhaps on someone with more mature skin. And the reason of that is because it's not a a skin tint for a photo shoot. It's for the daily life. And I think that's why it's so perfect. And you have to appreciate the way that it is. It gives enough hydration, it's not too emollient or too moisturizing that it will slip and slide. It's nothing that it will gather on your fine lines. And I'm talking that I tried this veil right when we started summer, and I have been wearing it during summer. You have seen me here wearing it during summer. Like today is a super hot day. We're in October, and it has been like 85 degrees. I finally opened my windows because they stopped making the jar work that they were doing before. But regardless of this climate and conditions, this is perfection. And it plays super well with different powders too. I think one of the best products that has come out this year. Another thing that I enjoy too is that although I treat SPF in a foundation or a skin tint as a bonus, I do not necessarily like it on my makeup because I use my SPF prior to applying a foundation or a skin tint. And I know a lot of people, they do have their preferences with SPF. And therefore, I mean, once again, this is hydrating, this is lightweight, this is just perfection. Sorry, but again, another category that there's nothing new that has launched this year that is available at Sephora in the powder category. So I'm going to give you my holy grails, okay? If you want loose setting powder, go with the Givenchy Prince Libre powder. It's one that finally people have discovered. I mean, like for years, I have been raving about this product among many other luxury beauty content creators, and nobody was paying attention until I don't know who, someone that obviously have million of followers finally said something about it, and then everybody's like, oh yeah, go get it, right? So I'm so happy that it was finally discovered. This product has been in the market for years. What I like about it is that in the different chambers you have different tones. I like to what you find in the blush. So basically it just balances the shades on your own skin, so it's not flat. It gives a little bit of dimension. And they even have one that is color correcting. It has green, it has purple, it has a little bit of orangey tone too. So if you're looking for something that is more of color correcting, if perhaps you have a lot of sunspot or melasma, it may be something worth it for you as well. Like I have here the shade that everybody knows, the 3 Huele a Rosé, but they do have it in different shades for different skin tones. And if you want a powder in a compact format that you can take on your bag, then I will highly suggest to go with the Gucci. I had been raving about this baby since the moment that it launched. This is more of a perfecting powder. It's not heavy. The finish is like, it will give you this finish, like porcelain doll effect. Like your pores will be pretty much imperceptible, but it doesn't feel like cakey. It doesn't show like, you're wearing too much makeup. It's perfecting, and it does have a small sheen alike to the blushes, or maybe perhaps a little bit less than that, but it just makes it very, very special. To me, very special, that give a very healthy look to the skin. Is nothing forced, and it does the job so well. And I personally love to use it with this beauty blender. Sorry, it looks a little bit gross right here because I just used that too, but it is kind of like a drop shade that it has kind of like a velvet fabric on the other side that it actually smooth everything out. Now for finishing powders, again, nothing really new, although the product that I'm going to talk about is a holy grail, is the Guerlain Meteorites. And these are little balls of magic, if I should say so. They do come in, pretty sure, 3 different shades, and every year they come out with a limited edition, sometimes shade, sometimes just the case itself. This year, unfortunately, I mean, the case is just so beautiful. Is this green one. I'm going to put a picture right here. They have it available at Sephora, but it's a repeated shade. It's up to you if you don't have it and you want to try it. I think I'm going to show you, okay? I'm using this. Is my favorite brush to actually buff my makeup, and it just gives kind of like a pearlized finish to your skin, like an aura of like, oh my gosh, an angel has kissed you. That's how I feel. So if you want a fantastic finishing powder that it doesn't add any shimmer, any glitter, the Guerlain meteorites are the ones to go for. If you want to get the limited edition one, well, you should get it fast because that beautiful case is gorgeous. Do not let it pass. Now, the very last category that I'm going to talk about, and I'm sure many of you have been waiting for this because if you know me and you know me without any makeup, you know that I'm a panda bear walking around. Literally, I do have the darkest, deepest under eye circles. And I have my OG. It's not sold at Sephora, and I will not change it. But there has been so many concealer launches this year that are worth to mention. The first one is the Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte Concealer. This one is an all-over concealer. So basically, you can conceal different areas, blemishes. It's not as emollient as the Traceless Stick Foundation, which is one of my favorite foundations of all times. This one stays on really well. It's non-drying, it's hydrating. It does have a medium, almost to full coverage, but it's a great concealer. Now, one that is very interesting, I really love the formulation on this one because it is kind of stretchy. And when I'm saying stretchy, is like it moves with your expressions. Like you smile and it's moving, so it's not gathering on the fine lines. And I do have a ton of fine lines under my eyes. And I'm talking about this new one by Gucci. It's more of like a self-setting concealer. It doesn't have a powdery finish. It does have more of like a natural finish, kind of like a velvet finish, in fact. And I really like, again, that flexibility. I actually put it through the ring because when I tried this concealer, if you go and see my review, I actually went to work. I do events, and it was a very long event until 3 o'clock in the morning, and I had it on and it didn't budge, it didn't move, it stayed, it's long wearing, and it didn't gather into my fine lines. It just looked perfect under the different conditions because I arrived to the venue and it was cloudy. Then it was so hot and sunny because it was so high up on a mountain. And then because it was so high up on the mountain, at a certain point in time, it was kind of like 11, almost midnight. There was a lot of it was so foggy that the tables, my skin, it was wet. Imagine how it was crazy. And this thing lasted through all of that. Now, if you want something more serum-like, a little bit more hydrating, long-lasting, but with a very impressive, almost full coverage, I'm telling you, don't hesitate to try the Lancome Serum Concealer. Also, I don't want to say that it's creaseless, but it's very forgiving and it doesn't age you because it has that serum texture. So it does have a little bit of density. So it actually grips on your skin, hydrates the skin, and it looks very beautiful for every day. It's something that, if you're just using a skin tint or your SPF and you just want to, target certain areas and give a little bit of coverage, this is a fantastic one. And then the one that I just tried that I'm so impressed, and in fact I'm using today, is this one by YSL. I wasn't going to try it. It's the All Hours Precise Angles Concealer. Wow. This is supposed to be matte, but it's not really matte. It's super natural. It doesn't gather on your fine lines. It's long lasting. You can sweat, and this is still on. The only thing that I will say is that it says that it's full coverage. To me, well, for my under eye circles, I would love to see this also on a color corrector, or if they can expand the shade range and add a few with a peach undertone. Because this one is kind of the picture that I was able to find, but wow, this is a phenomenal concealer. Did I keep saying foundation? I don't know, but concealer that if you're looking for something very perfect that is just not gonna reflect the light, like for photo shoots too, this is it. Last but not least, setting spray. Again, nothing new this year, but not honorable mention because this is again another holy grail, the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray by Charlotte Tilbury. The great thing about it is that it locks your makeup, but it doesn't change the finish of your makeup. So if you have a glowy makeup, it will stay like such. If you have a matte makeup look, it will stay like that. It will just lock all your makeup. So it doesn't move, it doesn't budge. It's an incredible product. It comes in different sizes. This is a travel size. They do have, even during this Sephora sale, they have the holiday set. Let me know if you want me to cover that. I can give you the ones that I will highly recommend too for amazing values. But yeah, usually this comes in a holiday value set, which comes 2 in 1. But this is definitely something that is a must have if you're wearing makeup and you know you're gonna go out and about in different climates for a party, long nights, or just working time, and you are wearing a full face of makeup. I will highly suggest you to wear this baby. Okay, my friends, and this makes it for this video. These are the best luxury makeup products of 2023 that you can find right now at Sephora. Definitely, I'm sure there's going to be more releases and I will keep you updated. So if you want to see more, not only from Sephora content, but just in general, everything beauty, a little bit of fashion, sprinkle it here and there, some vlogs, then you just need to do something that is super simple and is completely free. Subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. It would be incredible if you can come and follow me both on my Instagram and TikTok. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, because that's the only way that this channel will get discovered. I mean, we're almost about to hit 5 years, and it will be amazing if we can double or triple our family members. That would be incredible. And the only way to do so is by you giving a thumbs up, so that way other people discover the channel. And share it with family and friends. Share it on your Instagram, share it on your TikTok, and tag me. I would love to see that. I would love also to hear from you on the comment section down below. Which products are you adding to your wish list, or which products you're adding immediately to cart so you have them there? Let's just continue that conversation in the comment section down below. Thank you once again for watching, and until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.